Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan, and this is chapter 25 of the Modern Bible of Red-Green Tron. We are now into the matchup chapters, and I need your input. What matchups you want covered, so please answer in the comments. I'm going to cover Splinter Twin and Burn, and then I don't know. I have a couple of chapters left, so I need your input. What do you want to see? So let's talk about the Abzan Jund matchup. Traditionally, black-green decks have been tier 1 forever in Modern. There are also like pure black-green or black-green red-white, but I think the most common variants are Jund historically and Abzan today. They are little different, but they are all based on just playing better cards than your opponent and disrupting combos with Thoughtseize and Inquisition of Kozilek, and then just winning with Tarmogoyfs, Liliana of the Whale, and Sea Trinos or Bobs or Bloodbraid Elves before they were banned. And this is a good matchup for us. MTG Goldfish lists the Jund matchup as 59.38 win percent, and having a 60% win in Modern is huge against the deck. So the presence of this black-green decks is actually the main reason why you should play Tron. And of course, it is a positive matchup for us because the Jund deck wins, or the Abzan deck, the black-green deck wins by just outvaluing their opponents with better cards. But in a 1-for-1 world, the guy who can play Oblivion Stone or Emrakul is just not in the fight, but above the fight. So that's why we win. Okay, some specific tricks in this matchup. When you're going to kill a Tarmogoyf and you have a Pyroclasm relic, you need to resolve Pyroclasm first, so that the damage is on the Goyf, and then you use the relic, thus removing the Pyroclasm from the graveyard, so it doesn't boost the Tarmogoyf, and then the Tarmogoyf will die unless they can cast 2 spells, because the relic will be in the graveyard. But they need 2 more spells to save the Tarmogoyf. Emrakul is actually very good here. Generally, Emrakul isn't good against aggro decks, which is why you sometimes... I discussed cutting Emrakul. And if you have moved Emrakul to your sideboard, this is a match where you need to bring her in again. Because matches against Jund often end up as top deck wars, and there is nothing better in a top deck war than Emrakul. Sundering Titan also shines here, much more than Ulamog does. Because the black-green X decks often have greedy mana bases. If they are 3 colors, they have greedy mana bases. They will try to fit in Ghost Quarters and stuff like that as well, so it's very hard for them to survive a Sundering Titan. And against Abzan, getting Ulamog Path to Exiles really sucked, but if Sundering Titan is Path to Exile, it hits them so hard. Remember that you can win this match, even if they bring in Fulminator Mages or Sowing Salt or stuff like that. You can win this match easily just by hard casting, just having 5 or 6 lands, resolving and using Oblivion Stone, and then play Wormcoil Engines. I think Abzan is the reason that people play Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I'm still not convinced that Ugin is super good, but I'm getting there. I've discussed that so much, I won't bring that up again. Against white decks, I always bring in 2 Nature's Claims, because if the Abzan deck brings in Stony Silence, you will just die. If you know they have Stony Silence, you have to bring in more Nature's Claims, but the 2 Nature's Claims comes in against any white that I don't really know that they don't have Stony Silence. The 4th Wormcoil Engine is something you want to bring in. I've seen people that use Pithing Needle, which I definitely do not recommend. They bring up this matchup as an example because they want to Pithing Needle Fulminator Mage. But I think that's really bad. Okay, it's very hard to find something in your main deck that you want to take out against the black-green decks. The relics are good against the Goyfs, but they're not good for much else. So maybe you can take them out. Some people do not sideboard at all in this matchup. You might also take out the Spells Guide, but they are sweet to save your Wormcoil Engines from Path. Against Abzan, you can safely take out your Pyroclasm, because Sea Trino doesn't care against them. You definitely fear Fulminator Mage. If you play against Jund, you can run into Sowing Salt or even Blood Moon. Do not fear Sowing Salt as much as you think, because it is less dangerous than Fulminator Mage as it is slower. I still think it's a mistake to use anti-land destruction sideboard cards. I think that's diluting your deck too much. There is a sample match here. I will link that in the show notes. Next week we will take on Splinter Twin. If you have any useful tips for playing red-green Tron against black-green X decks, please tell me in the comments. I can't change this video, but I can change this article, and I will. I will change all the articles in the modern Bible until it becomes perfect. So this is a work in progress. Yes. Thank you for watching, and please let me know which matchups you want me to cover. Thank you. See you later.